a couple of reasons. Hopefully, we're still all getting new students. And I would like to talk about things that we can do to up our t-shirt sales, because
Well, can you tell everyone why we sell t-shirts?
t-shirt sales help to pay for our venues. A few years ago, every teacher was responsible for getting and paying for their own venue, for their own group to perform, and that was really difficult. So we've tried to come up with ways for the company to generate some income so that the company can pay for nice venues so our kids all have a really nice place to perform in, but we need your support in being able to accomplish that. So you need to send your order forms home, you need to email them home. And I would like all of your suggestions on ways that you've encouraged students. We do have to tell them that it's optional, like Melody did. They don't have to buy them. They're not going to be wearing costumes. But there are things that we can do to encourage them to get the shirts. I think what I've found that's the most successful is that I send the option home in email. I'll send another email reminder the week that they're due. But I also send the order form home with each student, and then every single week after that, I hold it up again. And I say, did everybody get an order form? We want everybody to have a chance to get their shirts. And doing that every week, that's that same tired old marketing technique of 3 hits before they buy. So give them lots of opportunities. And so I gave you extra email forms to be able to do that. If you run out, please print more so that you can keep offering them to them and getting them. Another couple of things is to the families, when we send that last email reminder home, we can suggest that these can be Christmas presents. And then the other thing is that I've seen families that the whole family comes in support of their performer. The whole family comes dressed in their shirts to the final performance. We can suggest that. So do everything. Anybody have any other suggestions, things that you feel like you've been successful doing to encourage people to?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to wear my shirt.
And I asked Steph to bring me on stage, so I didn't have anything clean, but that's one of the things.
I kind of want her to give us all one blue one just to show them how cool they look. So maybe we could do that. Why are you handing me this little note?
I gave them right here.
We put the names on all of them.
I did, because I had to print them anyway. The reason we printed them ourselves is because this picture just didn't translate to black and white well at all. So we took the time to print them on Melody's high volume printer. And since I was doing that anyway, I went ahead and changed your group location. Because I always have to write in at least 3/4 of mine, because they don't know what the group location is.
Well, thank you.
4 to 5. Oh, thank you. So you guys, just in the past, it has been really apparent when people don't encourage people to order t-shirts. And it really sucks for all of us when, you know, you have a group of 70 and you only sold 2 shirts. It's because you didn't market them. And so honestly, when Shauna says venue, just so everyone knows, most of the places where your big performance will be for your family and friends, for your for the kids' family and friends, is thousands of dollars. I mean, the weekend ones are thousands of dollars. The ones out of town are $300-400. That all adds up, and the more t-shirts we sell, the more money we're going to have to go towards the venues. And I personally don't want to go back to paying it myself, right? We don't want to do that. So it's all of our job to sell t-shirts. That is my spiel.
Everybody get them.
I didn't, oh, yes, I did. I was paying attention.
Oh, So, real quick, before we get some lessons, I just want to tell you real quick, in the past, don't laugh at me, Lace.
Sorry.
In the past, the t-shirt order forms have said, order a size bigger or smaller or whatever. It's not on there this year because Steph promised me that they are true to size. So let's make sure that our returning parents know that. Last year was a disaster with too many kids getting huge sweatshirts. So an extra small is a size 2 to 4, and that's what you would really find in a store. A small would be 6 to 8, right? You have little kids, 6 to 8. A medium is a 10 to 12,
That's correct.
and a large is a 14 to 16. And there's a youth extra large, but it's not on the order form because it's the same as an adult small. So we're not putting it on there. Let's just keep the sizes. So when you look at an upswing and they're a regular size 6-year-old, the youth small is gonna fit them. So don't have them get the youth medium and then it's gonna be huge.
So this doesn't have the youth extra small on there, but that is an option if we have like a little tiny 4-year-old or 3-year-old in our class.
Yeah, some people like them to be tight fitting when they're very tiny. I've gotten parents like that. So I wonder if.
Just
that's
write
something
in
we
youth
can
small
write
then.
it in.
So
Yeah,
just we can let
I guess.
those.
Small,
If,
but I mean, I don't know.
We've never offered a youth extra small. So
Because they were so small.
They were like.
they were tiny.
Yeah.
So there's really no one in our classes that shouldn't be able to wear a youth small.
Okay.
If they are, then we'll call Steph and see if she can get a youth small.
They could be
Um,
the size of like a 2-year-old in order to fit a youth extra small.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, well,
Yeah.
you guys said 2 to 4. I have
and we
a
don't
lot
want
of
2-year-olds or
4-year-olds.
3-year-olds or a lot of 4-year-olds.
Question.
Yeah,
Are they different prices, like if I wanted to buy some for my family, are they different prices for us?
you guys get them at cost,
Okay.
okay? And the at cost price is, I don't know with this new company, but if the $12 t-shirt, we used to get them for
We got it for 6.
6.
I think it was.
The sweatshirts were half price, I think.
No, the sweatshirts
Like
are like
5 off?
19 for the hooded sweatshirt.
For teachers?
Yeah. The sweatshirts are only like $5 off or something
Yeah.
like that.
The one like the hoodie's 15.
Yeah.
15, yes,
The
you're right.
hoodies were
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
So yes, you guys do get a discount on for your own children and yourself.
And the only pullover sweatshirts we can get is that blue, right? For ourselves.
Yeah, and then there's all that.
I know. Sorry.
Other stuff.
I was just thinking of it.
So as far as the other stuff goes, Steph would like me to collect your orders if she can't get back here. Her son's getting a really big honor today from the mayor, which is really
Wow.
awesome. So as we always say, family comes first, that's where she's at right now. She's trying to run back, and so please don't feel like you have to order attire for yourselves. We just want to be comfortable and look professional, so that's why we offer it. But you can order as much as you want of the student stuff as well, okay? And now that they're blue, I think, you know, woo-hoo.
I think student t-shirts are $6 for teachers and the sweatshirts are $5 off. And that is the profit that we make on them.
So,
We make more
let me
on-
have it also.
we make $1 more on the t-shirts than we make on the sweatshirts.
Okay, I just made a few quick comments on the lesson and then we'll get right to Miss Melody. Another great lesson, thank you, wonderful,
Hard
wonderful.
week.
Thank you for writing it, thank you for doing it,
It
amazing.
wasn't you.
I hope not.
It was not.
What?
This is a hard week, hard upswing class. She was working hard this week.
Well, there was a lot of outside noise too, and we're gonna try to get to the bottom of that. But great lesson, right, great, pull it off. Really quick for my new friends, I just want you to know that doll that Shauna, that you have, she bought that years and years and years ago. I have like a felt thing that a parent made me years ago where I have little felt things. You guys have a book in your thing, but if you want, and I told Sam this, and you guys need to really listen to me. You buy it for your child for Christmas, and then you borrow it once a year. No, I'm serious. Lacey, how many times did you get a boombox or a singing machine for Christmas? And then you got to
Never
use it
saw it
once,
again.
and then it was in my car. It was awesome. But those things, that doll that Melody used today, we use every single year. And so you bought one years ago, and it's, you know, you didn't buy it your first year because it's an expense. You guys found some online today for $40 or something?
I found one for, there's 2 different ones that I found. One was Amazon Prime for $30, but you have to pay $10 for the animals. Or, yeah, or you could buy a different one that came with the doll, the animals, and the book for $40, but it was $9 shipping, so.
Walmart had a few too.
Walmart had a
Did
couple.
They had some with the,
I don't know if they, we couldn't see if they had any animals in
The,
them.
the Walmart one I saw got 1-star reviews, said it Rick Chef using it like this.
Yeah, because I
But-
couldn't even open up.
I'm not planning on buying one this year, I just wanted to.
So everyone has the book. You may, you know, using the book is fine. It's just fun if you're wanting to start your Up With Kids closet, because the closet is something that you go into all the time. We use it over and over and over.
Speaking of Walmart, I saw this at Walmart that we'll be using at Halloween time. There was an old lady who swallowed a bat.
So as you guys noticed, Melody was proactive. When you have more than 32 kids, you can't do a play with 32 parts for her upbeats. So that does involve a couple of us that have really big upbeat classes. So what she did was marvelous if you have a second person. My suggestion to you is think it through before you get to class. You know how many kids you have in the class. I had Allison film both because both skits that she did are really, really fun. If you're a brand new teacher, your kids have probably not done the Creepy Fingers, which we can send you because we have that. It's something that we've done for years and years. If you like that better than the pumpkin skit,
I
okay?
have a video of my pumpkin skit from last night that like I did, and it's really, really good, so I'll put that up and send it to you.
Did you have them in one straight line?
I have in 2 lines,
Okay.
but it's really good.
So
The pumpkin skit has 35
32.
parts. I know it says 32, but there's actually 35.
So what do you do when you have 38 kids?
Or 43.
Make some twins. Or do creepy fingers.
Okay,
I
so
felt like pumpkin skit would go on too long with that whole class that most of it. And with my upswings, I only did acting first with my upswings because I have one little boy that like is not into the singing, not into the dancing, and I just wanted to get to the part that he really loves first today. So that's the only reason I switched up the order with the upswings.
see, and the one thing that I keep on telling you guys, that if you just put your phones down and watch Melody, she does a lot of things with discipline and keeping them engaged, and things that I can't just point out. Come on, you guys, look what she just did. Because that's what we're here for, is learning. We're not just learning our lesson, we're learning how to deal with certain situations that come up all the time for all of us, and we can't write all those down because they're all unique. But Melody has a wonderful way, especially in a very, very, very noisy environment. I can't teach in a noisy environment. To handle different situations. She handed that little boy that ball because he was drifting and she was losing him. So, you know, his mom did say, I think he's a little too young. It's like, bye-bye now. But you're trying to keep him, and that's great. That's great. I think and so I just really encourage you guys to watch as much as possible. Even though you're watching the same thing, you're watching different kids reacting to the same lesson. Yes,
real
ma'am.
quick on the flip side of that, for where the wild things are, on the flip side, with 5 upper class, would you have them all do a separate part, or all of them do all the parts?
Maybe all of them do all the parts.
Okay.
I would have one narrator
Mm-hmm.
do all the narration, or you narrate, and then they do all the parts.
And I did give you that piece of music that can be for the Wild Rumpus, that music. I forgot to put it on. I wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
The wild.
Oh,
Well, we-
Wild.
The original one was on a wild child, I think, that when we did it in a play, one of our kids shows
Remember that?
a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
we changed it to Wild Things, so the recording I sent you is the Upwood Kids recording
Oh,
that
okay.
says Wild Thing.
Somehow didn't.
No worries, Steph, we're going to record it.
She's not
You're
making
gonna bring
it?
so you're gonna bring the shirts home and Steph will get them from your house.
That's fine.
And the orders,
Okay.
okay? Real quick, you have to print out your skits for every age group. If you have 2 groups, you need to print out for each and write the name of the group at the top so that you write down who you've assigned these parts to, because all of a sudden it's the Halloween party and you say, okay, where's the trick-or-treaters, where's the bats? I don't know, I forgot. Or you know that some kids aren't there. If you don't have it written down, you're gonna look like a dodo at the party in front of all the parents. So, did you get a hold of them to use the big room?
I did, yes. Our Halloween party here is from 4:15 to 5:15, and they'll let us use the big room so that everything's contained.
So we have to
So,
get out fast.
Yeah.
We will help get out
It's different
fast,
than
but we
that.
just want her to show us how to do a Halloween party with everybody in it. So anyway, just make sure you have your skits printed for each day that you teach in each group so that you can write down what you assigned what to, okay? Making the narrator folders for where the wild things are was brilliant. So if you teach 3 days in a row, you just use those same things. So it's a wonderful thing for us that teach multiple days. Really quick, for my own, is it Del Sarte? It's not Del Sarte, Del Sarte. And he was French.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And his story is told in that narration. And he truly believed that he had created a new science of acting. And this was in the days of silent movies. So there wasn't speaking in movies. And so he by observing the French people, he'd go around the countryside or through the cities and he observed and recorded how they gestured. And French language includes a lot of flamboyant gesturing. So he recorded all of that gesturing, made it into a really, really intricate, detailed, complicated science of acting. And that science of acting, the name of it's in the narration, but it spread across the ocean to the United States, and it was the thing in the days of silent acting, silent
To do
movies.
just the gestures
The
with no
gestures,
talking.
because there was no talking in silent movies. It was all about the
Okay.
gestures. So I don't think Melody caught the way to do that whole story is on YouTube. If you watch it on YouTube, you'll see the actors on YouTube
I
are
understood.
doing. Yeah.
I just didn't read it that way.
Yeah. But if you can have a person reading it and really pausing for every capital letter, then on the second page of the narration, like the narration goes over like one tiny little paragraph onto the second page, but then how to do each one of those gestures is detailed on the second page of the narration. And they were intricately, scientifically studied out how, this is, and it was feet, tilt of the head, everything was really complicated.
So what's the pictures? There's 2 pages of pictures.
Pictures are
Those
just,
poses.
the pictures are just, they are poses.
Demonstrations
Yeah,
of
they
the
are
poses.
poses from his books, his scientific manuals of how each gesture was supposed to be, but they don't go with the story.
So we can show them to the kids. These are the different gestures that you could use. I think the Upbeats could do exactly what you did. I think it's really interesting.
I did too,
And I watched the upper class and they were into it, and I think it was awesome what you did.
Yeah, what you did was great, but wasn't exactly the
Yeah,
right
I know.
Del
I
Sarte
couldn't figure out.
gestures.
Kind of,
I couldn't
it's
figure
kind
out
of
what
like
word
this,
meant
boys and
what
girls.
gesture.
That's, we're not scholars in Del Sarte. Del Sarte. I just want to make sure I say it right.
The
Okay.
French language drops ending sounds a lot. A lot of the ending sounds just fall off.
Like the music in the studio just drops off. I get it.
The
Okay,
composer last week was Gary Debussy.
no. Claude Debussy.
Oh, Claude Gary.
Claude Debussy.
It's actually Debussy.
Yeah, see, I told you it was Debussy. And you're like, what?
No, not
And I'm like, it's Debussy. I've always said
We all copied them.
Debussy,
Yeah.
but not Debussy.
No, you were saying Debussy.
No, never. Whatever. Okay, we have a lot to go over, and I just want everyone to feel confident in what they're doing this week and make sure that they're getting ready for the Halloween party, because that's all the Halloween party is the dances and the skits. And the reason you didn't teach the dance to the upper class is,
Oh, I just wanted to work on Be Our Guest, and I really feel like the Be Our Guest ties in so well with the conserving your air concept that I wanted them to sing Be Our Guest, and then I thought we might as well dance it too, so.
So here's what I was talking about, the second page. So here's the first page. But the second page, the narration is just the first paragraph. Then it starts right here saying, love. Step forward, lean diagonally, clasp both hands over heart. So how to do each of the words in capital letters, each of the words that are in capital letters throughout the narration. On the back, this is the description of how to do each of those words.
thank you, I think it's awesome. Love adding new stuff. Okay,
Okay, so I just gave myself a list of things that